IAP travel present. Have a vacation plan to Belgium? Come on, put these 10 tourist attractions on the list. Do you know? Belgium is a small country in the continent of Western Europe. How come? The surface area of this country is only about 30,528 square kilometers and the population is only around 10.5 million people. In 2015, Belgium has become the capital of the European Union, more precisely in the city of Mons. In carrying out daily conversations, this one country uses 3 different languages as its national language, namely Dutch, French, and German. But don't worry about being hampered by the language, because many people there are already fluent in speaking English. Besides being famous for its chocolate delicacy, in medieval times Belgium was known as one of the magnificent cities with Renaissance architecture. From then until now, the building is still standing strong and very well maintained. The landscape is no less interesting. Therefore, it is not surprising that many foreign tourists make Belgium one of their tourist destinations when the holiday season comes. If you have the opportunity to visit this country but are confused about where to go, here are recommendations for tourist attractions in Belgium that you can include on your vacation list. 1. Royal Palace of Brussels. This one building is a royal palace whose real name is Palais de Bruxelles. This palace is also used as a workspace, as well as there are even some rooms that are open to the public in summer or autumn. You don't need to worry about costs, because there are absolutely no fees. The palace, which still looks like an ancient British royal-style building, is very classical and cannot be missed just to capture the picture. In this palace there is also a garden that looks like it is always being cared for. Just look at its shape, it's very neat. Of course, with a palace and garden background, it's really cool. 2. Magritte Museum. Not far from the Royal Palace of Brussels, there are many museums, one of which is the Magritte Museum. As the name suggests, this museum is taken from the last name of a surrealist painter, René Magritte. See how the work he produces. This museum is part of the Royal Museum of Fine Arts of Belgium, the remaining 3 art museums that you can visit. If you are interested in visiting the entire museum, you only need to pay around €13 per person. Meanwhile, if you only want to visit the Magritte Museum, you only need to pay €8. 3. Atomium. As the name suggests, atom, in fact there is a monument whose shape is indeed like a series of atoms. This one tourist spot is still north of the Belgian capital. Especially for you science lovers, don't miss visiting this place, because at Atomium there are various exhibitions and collections which are of course only about science. The entry price is only €12 and you can buy tickets online only. 4. Gravenstein Castle. This castle is located in Ghent, at Sint-Wereldplein 11, 9,000 Gent to be precise. You can get to this location by using public transportation such as buses and trains. The entry fee is only €10 per person. Of course, with the entrance fee, you can freely access this enormous, extraordinarily magnificent castle. This castle has been built since the 1100s, it's been a long time, isn't it? Therefore the model of the building is still very old but looks magnificent because of the classic elements and routine maintenance. So, that's why, don't miss taking pictures and capturing your moments. 5. Bruges. If you visit Belgium, don't miss the opportunity to visit the smallest village in the world on this one. If you are in the Belgian capital, going to Bruges village only takes 2 hours. When you arrive at this village, you will be presented with a very warm village atmosphere, just like in the world of Harry Potter. Apparently, this village existed in the Middle Ages. No wonder the building is very unique and ancient. Don't be surprised if you meet tourists throughout the village, because this village is only inhabited by 500 residents. The rest are people who want to travel, yes, like you. 6. Denon. Not only about buildings and monuments, in Belgium there is also a river that you must visit. It is located about 65 kilometers south of the Belgian capital. Around this lake there are also other tourist attractions such as the Han Cave and the Denon Cave. You will find a different atmosphere from most of the luxury and splendor of Brussels city buildings elsewhere. In this place, you will feel the coolness and peace from the hustle and bustle of the city. 7. Monacan Peace. Have you ever seen a sculptural monument in the form of a boy urinating standing up? Yep, this statue is only in the Belgian capital, Brussels. This phenomenal statue has been a Belgian icon for a long time. This statue itself has been built since 1916 by a sculptor named Hieronymus Duquesnoy Elder. The background for making this statue is based on the story of a small boy who has a heroic and brave soul who managed to save many people from a bomb explosion. The action turned out to be very funny. This little guy urinated on the BPM which was about to explode, Then, with a splash of water, the bomb didn't explode. Eventually, his bravery became an iconic monument in Belgium. 8. Royal Greenhouses of Laeken. In the northern part of the Belgian capital Brussels, there is another magnificent building which is the residence of royalty. Of course the land is very large and the garden is very beautiful. On the inside of this building there are also various types of botanical greenhouses and gardens such as the Japanese Garden, Chinese Pavilion, and Castle Monument Leopold. Although this building is the royal residence, at certain times the public can also visit this building, for example on 3 weeks every year. The cost of visiting it is also simply consuming. Usually only €2. Cheap and beautiful, isn't it? 9. Pierre Macaroni Chocolatier. Belgium is famous for its good quality chocolate. There are several famous chocolate brands in Belgium. However, if you plan to bring chocolate souvenirs, then it's a good idea to buy from a well-known chocolate company in Belgium, namely Chocolatier Pierre Macaroni. Of course the packaging is very beautiful. Not only chocolate, you also find beautiful and delicious macaroons. Apart from that, you can also find presentations of chocolate truffles with beautiful packaging, making them suitable as gifts for your colleagues. 10. Beer tasting potion cellar. Besides chocolate, Belgium is also famous for the quality of its beer. If you are non-Muslim, it's a good idea to try beer in Belgium. One of the recommended beers for foreign tourists is Potion Kelder, which sells 150 types of beer. If you are not a drinker, then there are also several types of non-alcoholic drinks here. The atmosphere of the bar is also very comfortable. Those are some recommendations for tourist destinations in Belgium that are suitable to be used as an option for holidays. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Turn on the bell to get notifications when we update the latest videos. Thank you and goodbye.